Hi guys. What do we have today? Here we have predictions for today's 6 NBA games. Let's get started. Oklahoma City Thunder and Miami Heat. The Thunder have been playing pretty decent lately, winning 7 of their previous 11 contests, and they'll be going for a third consecutive win here. The Heat have been performing well, having won 5 of their last 8 games. This season the Thunder are not playing particularly well in road games. They have won only 5 of their 18 road games this season. On the other hand, they have covered the spread in 10 of those 18 road games. Recently, the Thunder have been playing very poorly in road games. They have lost 5 consecutive road games while covering the spread in only one of those 5. Since the start of the season, the Heat have played decently at home. They've won 11 of their last 20 home games but covered a spread only in 6 of that 20 home games. In their recent home game, the Heat have struggled. They have won 3 of their previous 8 home games, but only 2 of those 8 have covered the spread. Head-to-head, in the last 5 games between those teams in Miami, the Thunder covered the spread in 4 of that 5. Numerous players from the Heat are still out injured. Which Heat starting lineup will take the court today will determine a lot of what happens in this game. Even though the Heat are a better team and play at home, I'm not ready to back a team with more injured players than healthy ones. Play Oklahoma City Thunder +5. Detroit Pistons and Philadelphia 76ers. The Pistons are in a bad rut right now, having dropped 10 of their previous 13 games, and they'll be trying to avoid a third straight loss. The 76ers have won 12 of their last 15 games and are in excellent form. On the road, the Pistons struggle. They won only 6 of their 24 road games this season. In recent road games, the Pistons play decently. They've won 3 of their last 8 road games while covering the spread in 4 of those 8. The 76ers are at their best on their home court in Philadelphia. They won 16 of their 22 home games this season. They won 9 of 10 recent home games while covering the spread in 7 of those 10. Head-to-head, in the last 9 games between those two teams in Philadelphia, the Pistons covered the spread only in 1 of that 9. Total points go over in 10 of the 12 games between those two teams. Both teams have been neglecting defense recently. The 76ers allow 116.1 points per 100 possessions, while the Pistons allow 119.5 points per 100 possessions. 2 elements can have a significant impact on the outcome of this game. This season, the Pistons have performed better on the road than at home, and the Sixers may lose focus here due to a lackluster opponent. Play Detroit Pistons and Philadelphia 76ers over 229. Charlotte Hornets and Toronto Raptors. The Hornets are in poor shape, having lost 6 of their last 8 games. The Raptors have been in a slump, losing 5 of their last 7 games. The Hornets have struggled on away courts from the beginning of the season. They have won only 6 of 22 road games this season, but they seem to have found some light in recent road games. Recently, the Hornets won in 3 of their last 8 games while covering the spread in 6 of those 8. The Raptors have won 12 out of 22 games this season. They have been playing incredibly poorly recently, particularly in Toronto. They have lost 7 of their last 9 home games and covered the spread only in 2 of that 9. Head-to-head, in the last 6 games between those two teams in Toronto, the Hornets covered the spread in 4 of that 6. The Hornets are still without Gordon Hayward and Kelly Oubre, while the Raptors are almost fully healthy. In their most recent game, the Raptors defeated the Trailblazers, but it wasn't because of their excellent play, rather, it was due to how poorly the Blazers performed. Recently, the Raptors have been playing terribly, and I'm not convinced they should be this heavily favored against any team. This is especially true in this game against the Hornets, who, although losing, play far better than the Raptors. Play Charlotte Hornets +8. Cleveland Cavaliers and Utah Jazz. The Cavaliers have won 4 of their previous 5 games and are on a roll. The Jazz have been in a huge rut, having dropped 7 of their last 8 games, and they will be looking to avoid a third straight loss tonight. This season, the Cavaliers have struggled on the road. They won only 8 of their 19 away games this season. Recently, they won only 3 of their last 8 road games while covering the spread in 2 of those 8. The Jazz are playing pretty well in home games this season. They won 12 out of 19 home games. Recently, the Jazz have won in 4 of their last 7 home games but covered a spread only in 3 of that 7. Head-to-head, in recent games versus the Jazz in Salt Lake City, the Cavaliers have not been at their best. They covered the spread in only one of the last 7 games against the Jazz in Salt Lake City. This is second game between those two teams this season. The Jazz lost the first game in Cleveland. Home court is where the Jazz performed at their best, and that will be especially true in this contest because Markkanen will be looking to show that the Cavaliers earned by trading him. The Cavaliers are a very talented team, but they have struggled on the road from the start of the season. The Jazz play well at home and will be very motivated here. Play Utah Jazz +4. Phoenix Suns and Golden State Warriors. The Suns have been in a rut, having dropped 9 of their last 10 games, and they will be trying to snap a 6-game losing streak tonight. The Warriors have been in a slump, having lost 4 of their last 9 games in a row, and they will be looking to avoid a third consecutive setback tonight. This season, the Suns' road performances have not been their finest. They have won only 7 of their 20 road games this season, and only 2 of their most recent 10 road games have ended in victories, while 3 of those 10 games have seen them cover the spread. This season, the Warriors are one of the best home teams in the league. They have won 17 out of 21 home games this season. In their last 11 home games, the Warriors won in 8, while covering the spread in 7 of that 11. Head-to-head, the Suns have failed to cover the spread in their previous 4 games against the Warriors in San Francisco. This is the 3rd game between those two teams this season. The Suns won in both in Phoenix. All 3 of the Suns' ball handlers, Chris Paul, Cameron Payne, and Devin Booker, are out for today's game, while DeAndre Ayton is questionable. None of the Warriors' top players are on the injury list. This line seems too high to me because no matter who is in the starting lineup for the Suns, they are not a team that should lose this game by double digits. Here I expect another big game from Landry Shamet. Play Phoenix Suns +12. Orlando Magic and Portland Trailblazers. The Magic are on a back-to-back including travel. They have lost 5 of their last 7 games and are in poor form. The Trailblazers have struggled recently, having dropped 7 of their previous 9 games, and they will be trying to snap a 3-game losing streak tonight. The Magic have struggled on the road since the start of the season. They won only 5 of their 19 away games this season. The Magic have been playing considerably better on the road recently. They have won 4 of their previous 7 away games, covering the spread in 5 of them. The Magic are playing very poorly in back-to-back games. This season they have played 7 back-to-backs and have lost all 7 while covering that spread in 5 of those 7. The Trailblazers have looked very good at home this season. They won 9 of their 15 home games. They have won 5 of their previous 6 home games, covering the spread in all of them. Head-to-head, in the last 11 games between those two teams in Portland, the Magic covered the spread in 4 of that 11. The Magic have been hit or miss in previous games, so predicting how they will perform today is tricky. Both teams have been playing significantly inferior on defense recently. In their last 4 games, the Magic allowed almost 119 points per game while scoring nearly 117. The Trailblazers have averaged 129 points per game while allowing 112 points in their previous 4 home games. Play Orlando Magic and Portland Trailblazers over 228.5. Dallas Mavericks and Los Angeles Clippers. The Mavericks are in good form, having won 8 of their past 10 games. The Clippers have lost 7 of their last 9 games and will be looking to avoid a 7th consecutive defeat today. This season, the Mavericks aren't faring well on the road. Only 7 of their 19 away games were victories. They won 4 of their last 8 road games but covered a spread in 3 of them. The Clippers play pretty decent ball in home games. This season they won 11 of 20 home games. Recently, they have won and covered the spread in 4 of their last 7 home games. Head-to-head, in recent games in Los Angeles between these two teams, the Mavericks have covered the spread in 5 of their last 7 games. The Clippers will be here without Luke Kennard and Paul George, while the Mavericks could be without Luka. The Clippers are in bad shape, but the Mavericks aren't the same without Luka. Given the likelihood that Luka will not be on the field today, I will back the home team to win and cover the spread. Keep an eye on the Mavericks injury list. Play Los Angeles Clippers -1. Guys, that's all. Thanks for joining us today. See you tomorrow.